entertainment, current events, and Hollywood. Don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today we have a special guest.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, The Don, with 3 R's in the name. You already know.
Welcome. So, I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory in life, our little habits we pick up along the way, follow us into
Yep.
our adulthood. Tell me a little bit about, your childhood growing up. What was that like, and when did you kind of find your way into music?
I really found my way into music like early, like very, very early in the childhood. My dad used to always do DJing and singing and whatnot, so that kind of got me into it early. In elementary school, I was heading to singing contests, and like all through elementary, I was winning the singing contest, like left and right.
Nice.
And it kind of thank you. And it kind of got to a point where it was like, my pops asked me, I think I was in like 6th grade. So I literally just got to middle school. He asked me, how serious do you want to take this music? What are your dreams and aspirations for it? Basically, like, do you just like doing it, or like, do you actually love this? And, I
Mm-hmm.
really broke it down. And I mean, I was young at the time. So of course, everything's a big dream and aspiration, but it was heartfelt for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was something I genuinely loved to do. Like, I would get out of school and would want to sing. You know what I'm saying? Would want to work on a
Mm-hmm.
song or something. So ended up getting a little setup, a nice setup. And from there ended up learning how to engineer. And when I
Mm.
learned how to engineer, because you know how it be, man. You wanna rap, sing with all your friends or whatever, and nobody wants to engineer though. Like, nobody wants to
No.
like sit down and like, okay, let's actually click the buttons and whatnot and figure out what's happening and make it sound good. So
Mm-hmm.
at first, I was sending a lot of like my songs out to get mixed, and I just had a lot of bad experiences with that. And whether it be like just getting sent back bad mixes or not getting sent back a mix like altogether. And that kind
Mm-hmm.
of transpired into me being like, hey, you know what? If I just sit down and lock in, I can do this. I can literally
Mm-hmm.
do this. And ended up being able to do it and come to fruition. Now to this day, I'm a 4 times platinum engineer to add on
Wow.
to my artistry. So that's just it's a blessing. But music definitely started with me very, very young. Definitely thanks to my pops for that. Because when I tell you, we would just be singing in the living room as if it was the stage every day, damn near.
That's awesome. And that's awesome. And that's very true. You have to have, you know, as much as we want to create with our friends and we want to be creative, like you said, it's something like you have to know the the other parts that make you sound
Yeah, it's
good.
not just one side. Yeah, for sure. It's a whole. You got to think about the whole big picture.
Right? I was gonna say, you're born in Richmond.
Yep.
How did that environment shape your sound and storytelling?
Um, I would say that Richmond really shaped my sound and storytelling, just like through the grit of the city. Like,
Mm,
um, it's a very this is a very like it's a small city, but it's very trying to find the right words to really put into it. Um, it's not the most Virginia is for lovers, but Richmond is not the most lovable city as far as like people showing love. Like, so you really
mm,
you gotta earn your keep around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
mhm,
can't just hop in and expect to be approved of. Like, you have to really go through the trials and tribulations and earn your spot in a city like this, which is very
mm,
respectable. I don't mean it in a bad way, of course. Um, so with saying that, it showed that I can't just half do anything that I'm doing. Like, everything has to be to my full potential, regardless of what aspect of music it is. I can't just sit here and make a song with half of my energy. No, it has to be full energy or it's not going to be reciprocated the way it needs to be. And that kind
Mm-hmm.
of just transpired into me yearning to get better and better day by day.
Nice. That's awesome. Your brand is built around real, raw, and rare. What does
Yep.
each of those mean to you personally?
Um, real, I'll start with real. Real is the epicenter of everything when it comes to me. Like I've dealt with so much fake stuff throughout my life, whether it be friends, family, just business relationships, anything that real is the core. Like everything that I do with my music is real. Like it's real emotions, it's real stories, it's it's my life. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
being raw, it's me being open with it, which is something I had to grow to learn. Like it's not easy to get in front of a mic and treat it like it's your journal or your diary. Like it's not easy. But in order to connect with my fans, that's what my goal is, to be as raw as possible. I don't want there to be a filter between me and you. I want you to be right next to me and feel me.
Mm-hmm.
And then to come to rare, I kind of like to describe my music as like genre bending, in the sense of I like to say that like my music really lives at the intersection of like hip hop, R&B, pop, and Brazilian funk. So it's like
Nice.
I don't confine myself into one box. So that's where the rare comes in, where you're always going to get a rare sound out of me. And also rare in the terms of if you put me next to the next artist, I promise I'm going to be way rarer than they are.
That's awesome. When did you start like when you know how some people say, okay, I'm gonna start this, I'm doing this, but to like when you really knew for yourself, like, okay, yeah, I think I got something. I'm pretty freaking awesome at this, and I'm gonna take this seriously.
I think I would say the first notion was probably all those singing contests. Like when you're
Okay.
that young and you're winning like against like 20, 30-year olds and I'm 8 or 7 at the time, it kind of already gave me the notion. And like I said, it was already from a young age of just something I've loved to do. So to actually
Mm-hmm.
see um respect from it, without a
Yeah.
better word to use, like it it let me know kind of like, this is my life right here. And from there it's just been moments in my life where it just keeps showing me, where I feel like the universe keeps showing me like this is your path,
I love
like
that.
all the way from being that young.
I love that. Let's talk about your song, Call Me After You Hear This. What inspired that? Tell us about the process. And yeah, I like the title.
Thank you so much. So call me after you hear this. It's so there's the self-titled song on the album, and then there's the whole album around that. And call me after you hear this was very so basically the whole album is based around a very long relationship that I had got out of, and it was definitely very mentally kind of traumatic in a sense, and I had to really get through that. It was a very long relationship, didn't
Mm,
exactly end on the best of terms,
all right.
and this was my way of kind of putting all my emotions out there that may have not gotten received during, those certain times. So call me after you hear this, and tracks like Don't Go is like it's me speaking to almost the lady in the situation, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just it's involving everyone in the story of it. Like call me after you hear this, the whole we probably started in 2024, and since then it was just straight work. Like we were locked in the studio left and right just to make sure we were sticking to the 3 R's, making sure everything was raw. It was no filter through anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it all had to connect story wise. So even down to the single and like call me after you hear this. Um, it's literally you can almost think of it as like a text message. Like it's literally, you
Okay.
know, I want you to call me after you hear what I have to say, basically. And literally a lot of the songs we made here in my studio, only two of the songs we had three of the songs actually we had outsourced to New York, because normally we head up to New York. We have a lot of moves that we normally make up there. But everything on the project and even that single was mixed and mastered by me. And specifically
Nice.
the Don't Go track and Call Me After You Hear This was recorded here.
Wow.
And those have been like the most notarized tracks off of the album so far. That and I would say Perfect. Like those are the three that everyone's going ballistic over.
I love that. I love that. I love that you said that, your song touches on relationships, fading. And, I think that's a very big and honestly very cool to be vulnerable and honest, especially on a track.
Yeah,
And because, I mean, obviously relationships, it's tough these days, to just
yeah. And it's a
keep
lot of
one.
touchy subjects too.
Oh yes. Oh my goodness. I can bear I could just the dating world itself is
Yeah,
horrible.
literally.
Um what did you want like, listeners to I don't know, I guess to walk away with when they listen to these songs? What do you want them to feel?
I would say that I want the listeners to come away with the because this is my first official studio album release. So the biggest
Okay,
thing for
nice.
me is this is a real story. These are real emotions, and like I said, it's no filter on this whole project. So my goal for the listeners, like what I want them to come away with, is the true meaning behind the three R's. Like I'm being completely transparent with you for 14 songs throughout the whole project. I'm being completely transparent with you. You're getting every real situation, all the raw emotions, and you're getting that rareness where I am bending my genres, where excuse me, where I'm singing on certain tracks, I'm rapping on others, and then you have songs where it sounds like I'm featuring myself because I'm singing one part, rapping another.
Love that.
So that's that. Thank you. So that's what I would say. That's my biggest thing that I want people to come away with, like what the three R's really means, and also to be able to. I've had a lot of receptions so far that my project has actually like been able to pull emotional strings far enough to make people cry during listening, and for that, that is probably. I don't want no one to cry, of course, but it's such a big accomplishment in the sense of I got my point across. Like
Yeah,
you can feel me, and that's what I want. Like my biggest thing with my music is to always to connect with the listeners. I want you to feel everything I say. I don't want it to be filler and oh he's just saying whatever. No, I want it to actually touch you. But that would be my biggest thing for sure. Because just being able to connect with people on that kind of level is just it's surreal. Like to actually be able to connect that deeply with another human. It's
I love
awesome.
that. I love that. I love that. So I love asking this question, and there is no wrong answer, I promise. The three levels of
Got
influence:
you.
money, power, and respect. If you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Mm. That's a really good one. I see what you mean why there's no wrong answer because you can use any one of them the right way, but you can also use any one of them the wrong way. Um, mm. The simpleton in me wants to say money just because it would help you know everyone around me, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm gonna have to go with respect just because when you respect somebody you really listen to them, and
Mm-hmm.
if I had full respect from everyone in the world all ears would be on me, which means I would be able to connect my story with more people. So I would probably go respect.
Great answer. Great answer. Um, you know, I'm sure this journey of music and entertainment, obviously, we both are in it in different, parts of the journey. Like I'm in the film side and I understand how it's, but not fully with the music world, but I do understand how hard it can be to keep it all going because, it is a lot of work. Um, because you're putting all the
Yeah.
time and money and effort into your art. I mean, you are the product. Um, what keeps you motivated, even on the times where when you're not sure how, okay, man, I don't know, I'm gonna do this today, or I'm not feeling motivated to make anything in particular. What keeps you motivated?
Damn near kind of to go back to what we talked about before about like when did I get that first idea of like this is what I wanted.
Mhm.
It's moments left and right, and it's so crazy because I'll have those times where it's like I'm in this rut, and it's like I will say this for myself, I am a workaholic. So like even if I'm in a personal rut, like I am working. Like I can't go through my day and not work. Like I don't know what it is, something about me is wired that if I don't complete something in a day, something's wrong. The
Mhm.
day has been failed. So like every day there has to be something completed, and that doesn't necessarily just mean like, oh, I have to make a song every single day. That could just be as far as just something creative because um I do camera work as well. So
Okay.
I'm definitely not
Nice.
on your level for sure. I just started.
Well,
But I
congrats. That's
do so I
awesome.
do a little bit in that. I appreciate you, but I do a little bit of that. And so even to just do any aspect of it, whether I'm doing something on the artist side or I'm doing something on the engineering side, or even if I'm doing something on the film side of it, like I want to be productive. So that's my biggest thing. But I would say what keeps me motivated is definitely my family and just the love for it. Like even if I'm in a personal rut, my love for music is never not there. Like
Right.
the love and passion for it is 100% all the way there. And even during times of like, because as an up and coming artist, man, you get scammed,
Mm-hmm.
you get put in good positions where you think it's a good position and then it ends up not being the right move. So it's a lot of things where it's like it can make you feel like, damn, is this not what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, and that's where I kind of go back to what I said earlier to one of your last questions of like, I always get moments where it's like, oh no, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Like I'll go back to my first time going to New York, just as an example. Like I literally went up there and I was going up there for a whole business trip, and I got invited to go out a day earlier for an additional show. So we were already going up there to like do studio work, platforms. We were working with some platforms and some videos and whatnot. But
Nice.
we got I got invited a day early
Mm-hmm.
to for another performance, and the DJ was telling me about how like it was going to be like some very well-known artists there, like this isn't something you want to miss, because I was already booked in Richmond that day to be an engineer, but luckily I was booked with literally two of probably my closest friends slash clients. And I literally ran the story by them. I was like, look, y'all, this is about to probably be a big opportunity, but if y'all want to be in the booth today, man, we in the booth, you just let me know. And
Right.
like I said, there we're close, we have good bonds. They were literally like, "Hey man, we can get it in when you get back. You go out there and rock out." And when I tell you, I went out there, and that one day, like just that one night of me performing,
Mm-hmm.
transpired into multiple bookings, a red carpet
Nice.
event that I had to go to in Jersey, um, and just multiple trips back up to New York just off of one instance. And that's kind of where, even if I am in a rut, it's damn near like
Those
right when that
moments.
rut hits. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a moment right there, the very next day to be like, hey man, this is for you though. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
ups and downs. It's gonna be a roller coaster, but you got to go with it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a good reminder of that because, yeah, it's like it's always those moments where you're just like, you're like, you don't know what, you're like in the middle of like, you're in the thick of it. And you're like, all right, I don't
Yes,
see my way through, but somehow something just pops up. It's pretty
literally.
amazing. It's pretty
It's a
amazing.
great feeling for sure. It's a great feeling, especially when you're in that rut. It's a great feeling to be like, okay,
Oh,
boom,
yeah.
I'm right. Keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, if you could perform with any artist, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Living or dead. See, you made it hard when you said living or dead. Oh my goodness. Mm, wow. That's a really, really, really good question. I'm gonna have to just go probably my number one favorite. He's living right now. So I'm gonna stick on him. I'm gonna go Drake. He is
Okay.
like I definitely love Drake for sure. If I could perform something with Drake, that would be insane.
Jersey Drake. All right. I love it. I love it. Do you feel like the music world is changing for the better, as far as like in favor of the artist, you know?
I would say yeah, for sure. I would say yeah in a lot of ways too. Like it's a lot of things like so I've worked with a lot of people over the years and a big thing that I hear is like a lot of people, of course, they want the money that comes with it. A lot of people don't
Mm-hmm.
want the spotlight of it. And I kind of feel like that's where all these little subgenres and little niche collectives are kind of paving the way on like I feel like back in the day there used to be like okay, here's the top artists, and everyone else is just underground. You don't even know who they are for real, or you're a fan. You know what I'm saying? And now I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's you have people that the whole world knows. You have people that only your country knows. You have people that only the West or East Coast know. You have people that only your city knows, and they could still be making a living. So that's why I do feel like it's working in favor of the artist because all those it's creating more levels to be like even if you don't make millions of dollars a year at that top level, if you're at one of those other levels, you're still creating a living for yourself where you could still bring in six digits or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
I do feel like it's changing for the better in a sense. I would say AI is scary for sure. I
Yeah.
don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that one, but I would say it's definitely changing for the better in that sense. I feel like it's more you can create more of a living off of it now. It's hard still. I'm not gonna say it's
Mm-hmm.
easy by any means. You have to create your brand. You have to create that fan base. You have to do a lot because it's multiple ways to get paid off of this, but you have to pave your own way in it for sure. But if you're willing to put the work in, you can definitely create financial freedom for yourself damn near at any level. You don't have to be as big as Drake to do that nowadays. Where I feel like kind of back in the day, you had to be one of those top people to be considered like, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, no, very, very good point. Very good point. Um, what advice would you give to, any artist that's trying to get into this industry, that are trying to, you know, get to, what you're doing, you know, do what you're doing. What would you tell them?
I would say this is gonna sound so cliche at first. Don't listen to any of the outside noise. Like when I tell you every bad decision I've made has been from me listening to outside noise, and every good decision I made have been from me just sticking to my gut and just going. So it's to keep going regardless of what happens, and then to go back on, even if you get in a rut, keep going. You will work yourself out of that rut and or the universe will have something right on the other side of that door for you to let you know that you are on the right path.
Nice.
Um You just got to be willing to put the work in. And at the end of the day, if this is your dream, if this is your biggest aspiration, it shouldn't even feel like work. I literally spent my birthday was yesterday. I literally spent my birthday
Me
in New York.
too. Oh, wait, 22nd?
Really?
22nd?
Yes.
Holy crap, me too. Birthday
Whoa,
twin.
that's
Twin, twin,
cool. Aries
twin.
twins. That's awesome.
Hey.
Oh my God. Happy belated. That's
Happy
dope.
belated. Hey,
But
that's a sign.
I'm telling you, that's dope. That's so cool. Um, so I was literally in New York yesterday for my birthday. I was there for the whole weekend, but I was there for my birthday, and it was
Nice.
literally a quote unquote work trip, but it doesn't feel like work for me. Like I
Mhm.
literally love this. Like mind you, it's midnight, so at the very beginning of my birthday, we're shooting music videos with one of our close directors, and we're on top of one of the highway bridges. I think it was the like I want to say it was the Brooklyn or the Queens bridge. I can't remember which one,
Yeah,
but we were on top of it shooting music videos at midnight. So to start
nice.
my actual birthday as that was first of all, I'm scared of heights. So exhilarating and scary as heck. But it's so fun. And then to literally we finish up, I wake up and we're having a full lock-in with like my favorite producer, Show Beats for the damn near whole half of a day until we head back home. So like literally I spent it doing music. And that's what I mean. Like, if this is your dream, if this is what you love, none of this feels like work. Like, I could have been out of the country, turning up, sipping margaritas and whatnot, but I'm in the studio working. I'm with my
I
director
love
working. You
that.
know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like, you gotta want to go get it. So keep going, but you have to want this. It's like a deep yearn, like a deep yearning sensation inside of me that I have to go get this. And if you have that, then all you got to do is keep going.
That's right. That's right. I love that. I love that. I love that. Um, where can people find you on social media to follow everything you got coming up and what you got going on and all that good stuff?
For sure. So on social media, on Instagram, it is the Don, the number three RS. So THEDON 3RS. And then you can also find me on TikTok at the Don RRRM. And then that's also the same for YouTube. Excuse me, that's also the same for YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, all DSPs. At that point, it's always going to be the Don RRRM. Instagram's the only one that's the Don 3RS.
Nice. Did you come up with that name? Like that name or like what like or okay, okay. I like it. I
I
like it.
did.
It's a
So
vibe.
the Don came deeper because my actual name is Donovan.
Okay.
Um but
Nice.
we have some Italian in our family. So I kind of got the Don from that. And
Hmm.
then the three R's has always been like my self-made label. And I kind of just got to a point where the three R's just resonated with me so deeply. And I mean, there's so many just the Dons or such and such the Don or whatever as far as like
Yeah.
artist names. So I was like, I'm gonna include this part of me that means so much in my name. And I know that it's slightly hard to read when you first know it, but when I tell you once you know it. And that's all that matters. Because once I resonate with you, we're locked in.
Locked in. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on. It was such a pleasure having you. Congratulations on all the music that you've dropped and, the amazing quality of it all. Like I was like, wow, I listened to it. I was like vibing out. And
Thank
the
you.
fact that you
Thank you.
produced it, I was
Thank
like,
you.
okay, of course. And now, and you're an Aries, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
you feel me? You
Everything makes
feel
sense.
me? I appreciate you so much. This has been an amazing interview.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time.
That's right.